The display of Somaliland's flag alongside AU member states is politically symbolic. The recent display of Somaliland's flag on the streets of Addis Ababa during the 39th summit of the African Union has sparked intense debate across the Horn of Africa and beyond. For many observers, seeing Somaliland's flag hanging alongside those of internationally recognized AU member states raised a powerful and controversial question. Does this signal silent recognition, or is it merely political symbolism? To understand the significance of this moment, we must separate symbolism from legal reality and examine the broader geopolitical context shaping the region today. Somaliland declared independence from Somalia in 1991, following the collapse of the Somali central government. Since then, it has maintained its own government, security forces, elections, and institutions. However, despite more than 3 decades of de facto self-rule, Somaliland remains unrecognized by the African Union, the United Nations, and the wider international community. The AU in particular has consistently upheld the principle of respecting colonial borders and protecting the territorial integrity of its member states. Somalia is a recognized AU member state, and officially Somaliland remains part of Somalia under international law. This is why the flag display in Addis Ababa carries such weight. Ethiopia hosts the headquarters of the African Union, making the capital a powerful diplomatic stage. When Somaliland's flag appeared alongside those of recognized countries, it naturally fueled speculation that Ethiopia might be signaling political support or even quiet recognition. But it is crucial to understand that diplomatic recognition is a formal legal act. It requires an official declaration, establishment of diplomatic relations, and clear acknowledgement of statehood. A flag display, even in a highly symbolic environment, does not legally amount to recognition. To understand the deeper political message, we must examine Ethiopia's recent diplomatic moves. On January 1, 2024, Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Somaliland President Bihi Abdi. The reported agreement included a proposal for Somaliland to lease 19 kilometers of coastline along the Gulf of Aden to Ethiopia. For landlocked Ethiopia, access to the sea is not just economic, it is strategic and national. The MOU was widely interpreted as potentially opening the door to Ethiopian recognition of Somaliland in exchange for maritime access. However, the agreement triggered strong reactions from Somalia and regional actors. Mediation efforts led by Recep Tayyip Erdogan resulted in the Ankara Declaration on December 11, 2024. During that meeting, Ethiopia and Somalia reaffirmed their respect for sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity under international law.
Şeyh Mahmud'u ve Abiy Ahmed'i her iki ülkenin değerli katkılarıyla da
The declaration effectively reset tensions and signaled Ethiopia's commitment to pursuing sea access through agreements with the federal government of Somalia rather than bypassing it. This makes any suggestion of silent recognition legally inconsistent with Ethiopia's formal diplomatic position. So what then does the flag display represent? In geopolitics, symbolism often serves as leverage. Ethiopia may be signaling that it retains options. By allowing Somaliland's presence to be visible during a major continental summit, Ethiopia could be reminding Somalia and regional stakeholders that it has alternative partnerships available. It may also be a message directed internally, to show Ethiopian citizens that their government is aggressively pursuing maritime access and national interests. In international politics, optics matter, but optics are not the same as law. The African Union's position remains unchanged. The AU has not admitted Somaliland as a member state. No resolution has been passed granting it recognition. The United Nations has not altered its recognition of Somalia's sovereignty. Therefore, despite the powerful imagery, the legal and diplomatic framework governing the Horn of Africa remains intact. At the same time, the symbolism cannot be dismissed entirely. Somaliland has spent decades building institutions and presenting itself as a stable and democratic entity in a volatile region. Every international appearance, every diplomatic engagement, and every visible symbol strengthens its claim for eventual recognition. While the flag in Addis Ababa does not constitute legal recognition, it does reinforce Somaliland's narrative that it operates separately and seeks equal standing among nations. For Ethiopia, the situation reflects a delicate balancing act. It must secure economic survival and maritime access while avoiding regional isolation. It must manage relations with Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea, and global partners. Silence or symbolic gestures may serve as strategic tools in this complex equation. But until an official declaration is made, recognition remains a matter of speculation rather than fact. Ultimately, the display of Somaliland's flag alongside AU member states is politically symbolic, powerful in imagery but limited in legal consequence. It highlights ongoing regional negotiations, strategic maneuvering, and the unresolved question of Somaliland's status. It reflects the evolving geopolitics of the Horn of Africa, where symbolism and diplomacy often move hand in hand, but not always in the same direction. What do you think? Was the flag display a calculated diplomatic message from Ethiopia, or simply a ceremonial inclusion without deeper meaning? Could Somaliland be moving closer to international recognition, or does the principle of territorial integrity remain unshakable in Africa? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more in-depth analysis on African politics and regional affairs, don't forget to subscribe.